I'm Todd Grisham, and all the seats have been sold. We're live at the Empire Fight Camp. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Up first, Jake Paul, the problem child, 6'1" tall with a reach of 76 inches. And they'll be facing Jai Opetaia, 6'2" tall with a reach of 76 inches.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico. Jai Opetaia from New South Wales, Australia, the IBF title holder in the cruiserweight division, one of the most feared southpaws in the world today.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
Bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Cleveland, Ohio in the United States, here is the battle-ready cruiserweight and popular social media superstar, introducing the problem child, Jake Paul. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Sydney, Australia, here is a ring and cruiserweight world champion, introducing Jai Opetaia.
Lots of hype as they will fight into the night. We're outdoors for this big main event.
It's cooled down a little bit. Right. The fighters will love that. We might see a high-tempo fight here.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Beautiful counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Good defense stopping that jab. Fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter shot lands. The straight right just misses. Doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. How about that time counter shot? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. About Jake Paul in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight. A counter punch is smart.
show. The perfect counter lands. This has been a very competitive... Did you see that? They're in trouble. Just one. Did you see that? Whoa, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. And down goes Jai Opetaia. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe, or do they play defense here?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness. And
as we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
can make or break a fighter.
Let's get it started in round 3. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
That hook was off target. Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Tough to be a judge of this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. And now going for the finish. And Opetaia is down. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
I need to see that again.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Back at it in round 4. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
They blocked the left there. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. Catch and shoot. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Every time he... And that was it! That was the big shot we were waiting for! They've avoided catastrophe there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it.
Whoa, Johnny! So much for defensive abilities. Keeping those gloves, and you knew this was coming. They're going to take a knee.
What you see right there is a heartbroken fighter.
6, 7, 8.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. His stamina is off the charts. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake. I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? And now they're right back. So he's gonna take a knee here and get the mandatory 8 count.
Best thing the fighter did, otherwise, you know what? Pride's gonna get you knocked out.
8.
Opetaia goes down. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are right.
Gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be we just saw.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
On to the 6th round. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's gonna happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Punch, counter punch. Catch and shoot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. For the finish. And right back into the fray.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What they're going to do? What are they telling when they go back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
And there's the bell for round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Stamina is off the charts. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Catch and shoot. Throws the jab, but doesn't score. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other. Because no...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? What a massive upset this would be. He takes a knee, buys time, collects himself.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're gonna get a kitchen sink.
And there's the bell for round 8. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Stumbling around in potholes. And Jai Opetaia goes to the canvas. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you continue.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fighter Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Catch and shoot. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart. Smart, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.